Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2019. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. And by popular demand on chat, we are going to be taking a look at a Whimsicott Hoopa deck. Now, as you can see, Hoopa definitely has a lot of merit right now because the format is heavily based on GXs. And since we have the unit energy that provides Fairy, Fighting, and Dark, well, why not take advantage of that and the fact that Whimsicott can just about play any energy that you want. Triple acceleration energy makes it do more damage or allows it to do extra damage, and with 190 HP it's not super easy to take down, and we do have Bodybuilding Dumbbells to help with that. And we have the ability Fluffy Cotton, where if any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, you flip a coin. If heads, you prevent that damage. So a real solid ability, 50% chance all the time for your opponent to be able to attack you, which is great. And then we have the Energy Blow attack, which deals 10 damage plus 30 more damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. So for the one Fairy Energy, you will be dealing 40 base damage, which is not super impressive, but then if you go ahead and attach a triple acceleration energy, then you are dealing 130 damage, which is not bad at all. And the important thing is that even though your damage output is actually low, your opponent will only be getting damage through half the time. So that's super important to consider. Then we have the Toy Box GX attack, where you get to search your deck for up to 5 cards and put them into your hand, and then you shuffle your deck. Probably helps in getting out of dead draw situations, but we're probably gonna be more pressed to keep using Energy Blow over and over. Then of course we have our Hoopa with 120 HP, and it's an ability Scoundrel card, which prevents all effects of attacks, including damage done to his Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX. And we have the Super Cybolt attack, which deals a solid straightforward 80 damage. Now we do have one Let Loose Marshadow to help us disrupt a little bit, though not too impactful. And supporters wise, we do have 4 Lillie, 3 Cynthia, 2 Guzma, 2 Judge, 2 Diantha, and 2 Acerola. So we have disruption in the form of Judge and Guzma. We have healing with Acerola, we have recovery with Diantha, and we have solid draw with Cynthia and Lillie. We have 4 Nestball and 4 Ultra, of course, to help us find the Whimsicotts. We have Escape Rope, we have Field Blower, we have Pokégear as well to help us with the consistency of the deck. We have the Stretcher to get back key pieces if we need them to. And we have our beautiful Wondrous Labyrinth, which increases the attack cost of all non-fairy Pokemon by 1 colorless more. Now we also have the Lightning Fairy Charm to help with the Pokémon matchup, and we also have the Ultra Beast Fairy Charm to help with Ultra Guzma, and more importantly Blacephalon GX in case that sees play. And energy wise, we have 4 of the unit energies, 4 DCs, those help power up Hoopa but also Whimsicott. And then we have 4 of the triple acceleration energy, which can only be attached to evolved Pokemon, and it's basically a plus 90 plus power for Whimsicott. And we have double rainbows that essentially have 6 energy that can provide the fairy or the darkness that we need. So different approach than the one that Omnipoke was doing. I definitely I had built the Omnipoke version of the deck, which I think is based on Japan, with the Fairy Lele and Confusion and whatnot, but I feel like this version was a bit more destructive in the sense that it forces to, like, half the time your opponent will be able to attack, and then 100% of the time your opponent will not be able to attack you with GXs, so that's pretty important. The Omnipoke list is more gimmicky indeed. Plays Charmed Lele and Makiarna, yeah, so we start, wow, what a start. The one basic that we don't want to see, that we might have wanted to search for with the Ultra Ball, not the best here, not the best at all. And we're up against a Buzzwole GX deck for whatever reason. So I will go ahead and set up a Hoopa, I believe. Now let's start with Cottonee and let's save Hoopa for later. I will bench the Cottonee, I will attach energy, and I'm kind of liking the Escape Rope here. I'm honestly kind of liking the Escape Rope because then that disrupts my opponent's start. He won't be able to easily Jet Punch, and yeah, I mean, we might get a KO with Continued Stumble, you never know. You never know. ¿Has considerado Wigglytuff? No, no tengo idea qué hace Wigglytuff, la verdad. The Fairy Charm Ultra Beast, the Fairy Charm Ultra Beast will indirectly help us in this matchup, right? Which is pretty good. We just have to find it, which is not gonna be easy. We see the Wishful Baton, we see an Ultra Ball. Discarding Let Loose, Marshadow, and Professor Kukui for a Slugma. I bet you 100% that if I had not gone first, my opponent would have immediately played the Let Loose on turn 1. That seems to be the theme for Standard. Melvin makes a slight mistake. He should have used Instruct for 1 and then played the Lillie, because if that one card is a card that you can play, then you're essentially Lilying for an extra 6 plus the 1 you drew from Instruct, because it's very unlikely that you'll be able to draw. Okay, I think the Acerola is more important than the Diantha here. I will go ahead and set up a Whimsicott. Start applying some pressure. If I find a triple Acceleration Energy, I could even get a knockout, and then triple Cottonee, triple Whimsicott, so none of those are prized. One Hoopa is prized. One Hoopa is prized. One Bodybuilding Dumbbells, one TCG, and I have no clue what my other 3 prizes are. One Escape Rope, I believe. I'm not sure what else is prized, but okay. Nothing too crucial, honestly. So I do find a TCE. I think I'm okay with that. And then I'll go ahead and Energy Blow. I could Toy Box GX. I'm not sure I need to do that at this point. Though it would hand me the Fairy Charm. Oh, maybe that's what was prized. The 2 Fairy Charms are prized? Maybe that is what is prized. The 2 Fairy Charms. Okay, we might see a Guzma. Wouldn't be a big deal. Even on the bench, Whimsicott-GX is protected. Yep. So we're gonna see the Guzma here. Maybe I should have toy boxed. So right now I'm dealing 90, or 100 rather. Yeah. Oh wow. If I had used Toy Box and gotten myself a triple Acceleration Energy, I could actually Acerola and Marshadow, attach the Toy Box, not the Toy Box, the triple Acceleration, and KO the puzzle for 190 damage. And Darth Yoda, thank you so much for being here. How much play do you think the Power Plant Stadium will see in this meta? Not a lot. It will see some play, but I don't think you're gonna see like 4 Power Plant based decks, because if you're a non-GX deck, you'd rather play the Shrine, I think. And Zoroark is nowhere near as dominant as it used to be, to the point where you'd be it'd be great to shut it off, right? Like, you don't shut off P-Rom, you don't shut off Reshizard. So I'm not sure Power Plant is a big deal right now. So we do see the fact that I flip Tails, not great. You think it might see more when Marshadow leaves, because you think that then it will be more popular? Yeah, maybe in the new format it will be slightly better, but definitely not right now. Okay, so I believe Ultra Balling these 2 is fine in order to establish a Cottonee, right? And then I don't think using up an Acerola on a Marshadow is good here. I'm happy with just 2-shotting the puzzle, I feel. And then if my opponent just fails the attack, we're gonna be in a good spot. So yeah, Energy Blow. Now we'll see what happens. 50% chance that we get taken down, 50% chance that he gets taken down. We shall see. We shall see, but it's all about the riskiness, right? It's all about the riskiness with this deck. I wouldn't be surprised if we just lose our streak here. We'll see. We shall see. I'm out of water. I should have brought some water. And we flip heads on the Absorption, which is insane. I would not be surprised to just see a scoop here by my opponent. Go ahead and start firing up here. I don't want to bench the Hoopa. I honestly want to keep my hand as it is, so I'm just gonna energy blow. Definitely flipped heads on the crucial attack. Pretty big blow for my opponent. That heads definitely worked here. Does wishful a ton the energy back, but that is not a problem. Honestly, that is not a problem. I can just go ahead and attach another energy, get out of Sledgehammer turn. No way for me to get out of B-string turn, however, but not that big a deal. I mean, honestly, real games, I don't think you would play Power Plant in order to counter Whimsicott, right? Like, I think that's just a coincidence. But I don't think you'd be overly concerned about that. Okay, so I assume my opponent is going to smooth over for a choice band, right? That makes sense. Although he is playing wishful a ton, so he might not be playing choice band. Because without the choice band, even if I flip tails, that is okay. He won't get the knockout, right? And then if I top deck triple acceleration energy, I can go Acerola, attach that, KO the puzzle, get out Sledgehammer turn, and then take over the game from there. Having a guaranteed confusion every single turn is pretty good, though, I'm not gonna lie. You see the instruct, we'll find out what that card was. No space for the Diantha, that's also been pretty crucial here. But yeah, I'm generally not concerned if my opponent just flip. Like, if I flip tails, that's okay, because that's 150 damage plus the 30 I have. That's 180. There is a choice band. What? Okay. So does have the Professor Kukui, but I do flip heads again. Yikes. Big yikes for my opponent. I even get the Fairy Charm. What is this? How am I getting this lucky this early on today? I mean, I even want to just play the Wondrous Labyrinth, honestly. It will get immediately countered because of Macargo and Oranguru, but I guess that's not a big deal. I kind of want to judge to disrupt that possibility. Like, by giving my opponent an extra card makes it hard for him to Macargo plus Oranguru. Not the best hand, for sure. But I will be able to energy blow here, and there's no way this guy is going down next turn. Unless my opponent also plays Field Blower, which I would not be surprised, but it's also not a big deal. Right? We're gonna see the Macargo. I don't think my opponent is taking into account the Fairy Charm. Unless he just immediately went for the Field Blower. But he needs Field Blower and Stadium now. Field Blower, that works on my tool, not on my Stadium though. Do you actually have a Stadium? I mean, his deck is pretty thin, so I would not be surprised. And energy, and just goes for the Jet Punch. Wow. There's the tail flip for my opponent. We'll go ahead and attach a TC. We'll go ahead and Bodybuilding Dumbbells. And there's the victory. So, perfect. He could try to get with Oranguru. Thankfully, no way to power that up. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. We did not lose our win streak. Thanks to some very lucky flips, right? Like, there was no skill in that game. It was all down to the right flips at the right time. Purely based on that. Yeah. Colorless GX is really good for accelerating Fairy Energy, and of course is a good attacker. Yeah. I mean, playing a stage 2 plus a stage 1 that doesn't help the stage 2 setup, that's just a recipe for disaster in the tag team meta and pretty much in any meta anyway. So yeah, I would definitely not mess with that. Okay, so I believe we might be up against Rayquaza or Pikarum, right? One of the two, but oh, we are up against Stefan Ivanov, who I believe is streaming right now, so you guys could tune into his channel and get both perspectives here. CK1, thank you so much for the follow. We are going to start with Hoopa, and we will have the potential for turn 2 attacking Hoopa. I will bench the other Hoopa because why not? And GT, thank you so much for the follow as well. And we're up against, we see a Coco GX start. We see a Coco GX start against the fan. Getting the head flip with Whimsicott is indeed a great feeling, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so we see Jirachi. We see the escape rope, that's fine. Yeah, Hoopa seems like it might put in a lot of work here. We still don't know what we're up against. What's the grass type though? I saw grass type in the previous screen. What is the fan's grass type tech here? I have no clue. Is this? I mean, it could be Vikavolt, right? It could just be Vikavolt. Do you think the Porygon C line is worth it? No, just your average man. Once again, like stage 2s plus stage 1s, just not great. Yeah, not great at all. Okay, so we do see a Zapdos, right? We do see a Zapdos. Which is obviously a really good non-GX attacker to deal with our Hoopas. We're gonna see an skateboard on the Jirachi. We're gonna see another nest ball for another Jirachi. Definitely don't think Stefan is playing Vicaray at this point. But what's the grass type tech? I have no clue what the grass type tech is. Busmosa, oh yeah, this must be Zapdos Beasts, right? This must be Zapdos Beasts. There you go, thank you Lucario. My brain was thinking Pikarom, not Zapdos Beasts. That is correct. Switch and Lightning, that makes sense. Hello Alexis, thank you so much for being here. Do see a Lightning, do see the tail flip. And okay, so Wondrous Labyrinth could come into play later. I think I'm gonna burn the Pokégear here. Don't wanna grab the Judge. I kinda like attaching TC to the Hoopa and then going for Lillie. That way I keep this for a Cottonee, right? Which I do like, and I think like focusing on Whimsicott might actually have a good matchup against this. Purely because eventually like you will flip some heads. Right, which means their Electro Bars are wasted, they end up getting KO'd. If they're not one-shotting you, then Acerola is really big. So Shrine is the one thing that I think could be a problem. Shrine is the one big thing that I could see being a big problem. You know? Other than that, I'm not so sure. I am not so sure. Just as I say that, just as I mentioned Shrine, that is exactly what we are going to see. So does the fan have a Guzma to pick off a Cottonee? He does. That makes sense. Not the biggest of deals, but also not great, right? I'm not gonna play my stadium until he plays at least one of his, right? Then we're gonna see the Lillie, potentially for next turn. The Shrine will also end up hurting his own Coco GX, which is something we can work with, right? Definitely something we can work with. All good, Alexis. How are you doing? Ooh. Immediately goes for the Buzzwole Formosa. And goes for the Beast Game GX. That is super interesting. That is actually super interesting. He must be playing Acerola or something to pick that up, right? Okay. I kind of like the Hoopa now. Just to pressure and get Electro Powers out of the way for my opponent. Definitely think Ultra Balling here is correct. Not a big fan of getting rid of the Guzma though, so it's gonna be Lillie and Diantha. And I'll establish the Whimsicott so that I can protect my Cottonee here. That was an interesting move by Stefan. I'll go ahead and Cynthia. Not the best, not the worst either. I'll keep my Cottonee for now. I'm just gonna pressure with Super Cybolt, dealing 80 damage. So already 2 prizes behind, which is obviously not great. The other Hoopa is also kind of a liability. That's the second switch burnt for... No, that's the first switch. And 1 escape rope burnt, force defend, plus 1 Kuzma. So it's going to be important to keep track of that. And Brandy, thank you so much for the follow. Very kind of you. Why not play Black Market Prism Destroyer King? Okay, I think you should read Black Market Prism. Yeah, and that will answer your own question. Yeah, because Black Market Prism says... does it? Now I'm wondering. Is it basic dark energy or is it any dark energy? Oh, you're right. Maybe I should be playing Black Market Prism actually. It doesn't help Whimsicott, but it would help Hoopa. I think you're right, Destroyer King. Yeah, I think you're right. I actually think you're right. That would be a good call. Yeah, that would be a good call. Just playing both of those stadiums would be really good. Oh, it is basic dark? It is, right? I'm not wrong. Is it any dark energy attached to dark Pokemon, or is it basic dark energy? I think it's only dark energy though. You hope Whimsicott has a spot in the meta. I mean, I think it might. The 80 damage on the Zapdos will actually be decently relevant. Any dark energy. Okay, yeah, so Destroyer King is right. That honestly could be a good call. That honestly could be a good call here. Wish I could Acerola this Hoopa. I don't think I can. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Super Cybolt. Yeah, it's any dark. Okay, so yeah, I can see that being pretty good. I can actually see that being pretty good in this list. Because you do play Rainbows, you do play the units. Obviously it only protects the Hoopa, but that might be enough. And it will also be a second counter stadium, so... You're spot on, Destroyer King. You are spot on. I mean, if you flip heads a lot with Whimsicott, then you're gonna do really well, right? Nestfall and Lightning, that obviously means my opponent will have another Zapdos to be able to hit into this Hoopa. Not surprising at all. Triple Acceleration would be awesome so that I could KO. Oh, but he actually has to use up a Electro Power here. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so definitely gonna establish this guy, and then I kind of like attaching the Fairy Charm here. So I guess I don't need the Triple Acceleration this turn. Never mind. Do I let loose? That's just another target for my opponent. That would give him 3 potential targets on the bench. And he's just gonna have the Jirachi promotion, so I don't think I let this here. I will, however, protect myself with the Fairy Charm Ultra Beast, which is pretty nice, and I will go ahead and Energy Blow for the KO. Okay. So we get our first prize card once the fan is down to 3, but that Whimsicott is looking pretty terrifying, I would say. Elegant Soul, unless I flip tails, right? But I already have the Fairy Charm Ultra Beast, so I do have protection against that. So yeah, I apologize to Destroyer King. You are right. Black Market would actually be a very decent inclusion in this, I think. So we do see the Lillie grabbed by the Jirachi. That's obviously not a great card to get, and this is where flipping heads, flipping tails will end up making a big difference here. Right? And I mean, finding a Acerola off of Pokégear would also be pretty awesome. It would also be pretty awesome. Stefan very smartly holding off on the shrines because he knows of the threat of Wondrous Labyrinth, but also he doesn't want to hurt his own GXs. Does decide to attach Lightning Energy to Coco GX. That makes a lot of sense. And here we go with the heads or tails flips. I do flip head, so no damage from the Zapdos. This is a hugely RNG based deck, which is not always the best deck to play against, but okay. Definitely want to get a KO on the Zapdos, right? I think that's a given. And then I think I kind of like the Let Loose now, right? I do like the Let Loose right now at this point. So much RNG. I don't mind having a smaller hand. Just don't want a dead draw off of these, please. I don't. That's awesome. I also don't want to Ultra Wall away these two energies to establish another Whimsicott-GX. I find Acerola, that's awesome. I do find the Ultra Wall. So is that something I want here? I guess I kind of like the Wondrous Labyrinth now. No, not yet. I'll just Energy Blow here. Get the KO on the Zapdos very nicely. The triple acceleration energy is actually not a bad card to have, because I'm dealing 130 damage right now, plus the triple, that's 220, right? That would be enough to KO Buzzle Pheromosa at any given point. So, does find a Lillie, not the best card, obviously. I'm hoping I'm gonna get a free turn here. Can we see the list again after you're done? Of course. Cora, no problem. There's a shrine finally for my opponent. We see an illegal being benched. We see an energy attachment to the Coco. So we're gonna see a Lillie for 5 here. Pretty strong. But probably not gonna be able to attack here. And now I definitely have the advantage to where if I deal with that Pheromosa and Buzzle GX, I'm gonna be in a pretty good spot, right? I'm gonna be in a pretty good spot. I can see him retreating into the Nihilego. I mean, Void Tentacles could be interesting here, because I can't prevent that, I only prevent damage. Right, I only prevent damage. We'll see, we shall see. I think this game might come down to me finding my Guzma at the right time. And we see the return to the Jirachi, so we're gonna get a free turn here, which is great. Right? Which is absolutely great. We see an Ultra Wall. Don't think he plays 2 Coco GXs. Don't believe he plays 2 Coco GXs. Nope, there's the flip. So, Shrine damage. And Energy top deck. Okay. So, I will get an attack off here. Do I want to power up the Hoopa? I think I do, actually. I actually think I do. I mean, next turn, if he GX... Well, he can't GX. Never mind. He actually can't GX. How many Zapdos? 2 Zapdos down, 1 Electro Power. No, I think I have to just focus on the Cotonees. So then the question becomes, do I think I judge here? I definitely think I judge. And I'm gonna get rid of this and the Diantha. I don't think Diantha is gonna be great here. I'll establish another Whimsicott. And I'm gonna judge here. We're gonna judge plus play Wondrous Labyrinth, because then my opponent only has 1 Stellar Wish. Okay, and now we are getting closer to the Guzma, right? We are indeed getting closer and closer to the Guzma that we so much want. We're dealing 130 damage. So yeah, with another energy attachment, that's 160. If I'm able to find the Guzma off of this Pokégear, which I don't think the odds are too bad, we would just outright win next turn, right? We would just outright win. As long as my active survives, right? As long as my active survives. My active doesn't survive, then we're gonna be in a little weird spot. But not overly concerned about that. Can we win next turn? That's what I'm hoping for, obviously. Can this deck actually defeat Zapdos Ultra Beast? We're gonna see a Guzma. We're gonna see a Thunder Mountain. So never mind. That Thunder Mountain is brutal. We need a... Oh, wait. That's not a KO. He needs double Electro Power. He's already GX this game. I was scared, but no. If he doesn't get a KO here, then we're still fine. Yeah, I can't imagine him. I can't imagine him having double Electro Power off of this. Ooh, it changes his mind, right? I guess he forgot he had already used the GX attack. Okay, I mean, I have the triple acceleration energy to KO the Zapdos, which is pretty nice, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna promote this guy, and then if I find the Guzma, I win. If I don't, then I don't wanna Ultra Volt to thin one card. No Guzma. Okay, so definitely gonna Cynthia this turn then. I will go ahead actually and Ultra Volt now. Bodybuilding's not very useful. And I will grab nothing. Yeah, I won't reveal anything. I don't have bench under target because then 2 Guzmas does it for him, which he might have left 2 Guzmas exactly. I will go ahead and triple acceleration and then Cynthia. This guy is protected by against Pokégear rather. Although that might honestly be bad. Huh. Still no Guzma. That actually might be bad. I think I should retreat because then 1 Rainbow Energy could win him the game. Right? 1 Rainbow Energy could win him the game. So I'm gonna discard the triple acceleration just so I keep the other one. And we're gonna go ahead and Energy Blow. I prefer protection from this guy than from Pokégear. No Guzma. No Guzma. Does his deck get worse when DC rotates? Probably. Probably, because then you don't have stable plus 60 bonuses. It's either plus 30 or plus 90. Like permanent plus 30 or temporary plus 90, not temporary plus 60. Okay, so once again the game comes down to Guzma and or maybe a flip, right? Depending on if... Ooh, discards a Guzma. Depending on if Stefan actually finds double Electro Power here. See the Jirachi. We see the Rainbow. And we see a Lillie. I am very surprised that Rainbow did not go to the puzzle. Wait, what? I guess he's playing it super safe. But like, if you're gonna risk the Coco, why don't you risk the puzzle for Hermosa anyways, right? Okay, so here we go. The game will decide the winner of this match. We flip heads. What? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 120. Dealing. I have 4 energy. Yeah, that's the game, right? That is the game. GG, Stefan. GG. I mean, the flips, right? The first flip didn't matter on the Zapdos, I don't think. Like, having that damage on or not would not have made a big difference. I guess it would have in that turn where he tried to attack with Pokégear. If I had found the Guzma, I would have won the turn before. So yeah, RNG based, completely RNG based game. This game wasn't decided by the fact that I had either a better deck or that I made better plays. Yeah, it was purely decided on the fact that I flipped heads at the crucial time. But anyways, Whimsicott, definitely fun. If you liked the video, guys, watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. Really helps out the channel, and you're live with me on Twitch. Don't go anywhere, as we are now going to be moving on to taking a look at Quacknack, perhaps a more serious deck. Yeah, that on paper seems like it has good matchup against Zapdos, Pikarom, and Reshizzard. Potentially the 3 best decks in the format. So we'll have to see if the consistency of the deck actually manages to hold up or not. So don't go anywhere, guys. I will be right back in just a second.